right, I'm here with CEO of Insomniac Games, Ted Price. Ted, thank you very much for coming out.
My pleasure.
And we're here to talk about Fuse. So I got to play this way back in October, New York Comic Con. You didn't even know they had it there, actually. And I just played very briefly. And one of the things that stood out to me, besides the 4-player co-op, was all the new weapons and all the ways to kill the different guys. And that stems from the Fuse, right? The alien technology. How does that work in the single-player campaign?
So actually, single player is the same, really, as 4-player, in that you are always playing with 4 characters in the game. So if you decide that you want to play by yourself, well, then you're going to be playing with 3 other characters that are driven by that are AI bots. And we have spent a lot of time making sure that the AI bots do what you expect them to do and will support you the way that you prefer to be supported.
Right. So that and Fuse, it seemed to me like a lot of it was teamwork, where you actually had to, one guy would freeze another guy, and then another guy would shoot him, and then they'd kind of blast apart. And that seemed like with AI, it might be a little difficult. How would you get one of your AI bots to actually do the thing you wanted to do, so that you could teamwork with them? How did you make that work?
Lots and lots of prototyping.
Yeah,
lots of just trying things out and seeing what worked and what didn't work. And we've done co-op before, and so we know the importance of having bots that are supportive, but not also stealing your kills. So now when you play the game, they will use the abilities that you unlock in our progression tree.
Interesting. All right, so my question actually, can you just have people drop in and out while you're playing? So like up to 4 players, right?
Yeah, it's drop in, drop out co-op. And so if somebody decides that they got to take off, then it's seamless for the other people who are in the game, and you just see the name tag change. So now it's no longer your friend, it's a bot.
That's very, very cool. Can you give us a brief explanation of the alien technology that this team of 4 is actually using? I don't know if that spoils the single-player campaign at all, but...
No. In terms of the technology, very early in the game you discover a substance called Fuse, which is this volatile alien substance buried deep in this government installation. And it was discovered in the 40s and experimented on for decades until the scientists figured out how to incorporate it into experimental weapons. At the very beginning of the game, that base is under attack. You, as part of this Overstrike 9 team, have to go in and figure out what's going on. And within the first few minutes, you pick up 4 very unique exotic weapons: the mag shield, the arc shot, the shatter gun, and the warp rifle. All of these weapons have multiple functions, and they confer class-based abilities to each of the 4 characters. Each of these 4, we call them Xenotech weapons, really are built from the ground up to be combined to create teamwork, ultimately.
Yeah. And in terms of multiplayer, you have Echelon mode, which is sort of like your horde mode, or waves of enemies. Can you explain Echelon mode a little more?
Echelon is a wave-based mode, but it is an offensive mode. So it's not necessarily standing there and just defending a position, even though there is one mode where you can do that. We also look at it a little bit like Smash TV, where there's constantly cool stuff to go pick up, and each Echelon round battle is 12 rounds, and those rounds are randomized between 6 different round types. And ultimately, by the very end, if you manage to survive, you get a big experience point bonus. You get lots of Fuse credits, which are these giant bags of cash and gold bars that show up in the game.
So the game is playable here at Pax East, and it will be very shortly. I know you're going into the Fuse panel right now, but when can everybody else get their hands on it?
May 28th.
All right, so very, very soon.
Very soon.
All right, I'm really, really excited. I'm a huge 4-player co-op guy, and I love that there's no single player, there's no multiplayer, it's just kind of all put together.
That's right.
And all the AIs there. It's great. Thank you again, Ted. I really appreciate it.
Thanks.
What is up, guys? Don't answer that. Jim with these here.
Starting off at 10 is my gamer tag bro.
It's more Black Ops 2. This is slow scoping.
This is called